I didn't speak until the judge asked if a known else had a claim. That's when I stood, my father's head snapped toward him. My mother blinked like she didn't recognize me. My brother Julian scoffed under his breath, still smagged him as their world crumbled. Around them, I didn't flinch. I didn't blink. I'm here to submit ownership documents for the house at 417 Wexley Drive, said voice steady. It belongs to me, not them. That was the moment, the crack in their illusion. The floor dropped beneath them, and the truth, my truth, swallowed them whole. But let me tell us how we got here. They used to call him the mistake, not even behind my back too. My face? My father said it half-jokingly whenever I asked for anything that cost more than a pencil. My mother followed his lead like a shadow with Asmal. Julian, though, he got everything. Private school. A car for his 16th spring break trips funded like corporate retreats. I bought my textbooks with dishwashing tips and worked overtime Toford bus fare. Still, I kept my head down. I thought, maybe one day they'd seem not as a disappointment, but as a daughter. That day never came. The will changed everything. Grandfather Mimums, estranged father, passed away quietly. I barely knew him. Saw him twice, maybe. Once at a funeral, once when I was 8, and he gave me a red marble and said, "You notice things, don't you?" I didn't understand him, Thon. I do now. When the lawyer Kaladan told me I was the sole beneficiary, not my mom, not Julian, not anyone else, was stunned. $50 million, it felt like someone had hit undo on my whole life. It's like the universe was finale whispering, "Now it's your mov." I didn't tell a soul, not even my friends. I acted like nothing changed because in their eyes it hadn't. I was still the charity case at Thanksgiving, the afterthought in family group chats. The one expected to clean up while Julian sipped champagne, but I was watching now closely, and they were unraveling. My father's business collapsed after a fraud investigation. My mother's credit cards maxed out, propping up their lifestyle, Julian. He'd racked up loans, gambling, and posing on Instagram like royalty. That's when I started buying. First their house quietly through a shell company, then the cars, the art on the walls, even the lease to the office building Dad used to own. All bought under Laerste, couldn't trace. The best part, they'd begged me. For help without realizing it, "Can you lend us just a little honey?" My mother said once, fake tears and all, "We'd pay you back as soon as your father lands on his feet." I asked, "Would Yahave lent me money if I'd asked last year?" She didn't answer. I said, "I'd think about it." I didn't. The bankruptcy hearing was the final stage. I waited until the creditors listed off their assets. The judge asked about Theos. Dad stood puffed up like the man he used to be. "It's ours," he said. "We've lived there for 20 years. That's when I stood. When I pulled out, fedied, signed, stamped, unassailable. "I bought it last August," I said. "They've been tenants ever since." My father turned pale. My mother made a choking sound. Julian leaned forward, squinting. You bought it with what?" Coupons. I looked at him then. Truly looked spoiled, soft. The golden child turned adrust. "With money," I said, "the kind you earn when people underestimate you." Afterward, they didn't speak to me. Not that it mattered. I wasn't their foreclosure. I was. There to end the charade, they moved out a week later, quiet like ghosts in the daylight. The house, I donated it to a women's shelter, seemed fitting. A place where people would actually be seen. Julian Caladance asked how I did it. Apadet attention. I said, and I waited. Sometimes revenge doesn't need fire or free. Sometimes it looks like silence. A blank expression in a courtroom, a signature on a deed, a locked door Thaddeus to be yours. I still don't spend much. I live in a modest apartment, drive the same used car. People think I'm strange for it, but I don't need validation. I don't crave their applause. I've already won. They just didn't realize it until I stood up and said, "The owner of that house is